Okay, I wanted to review my entry for this trade that I just took on NASDAQ on the 5-minute time frame, and I think I got my entry off of the 1-minute time frame right here. So I just wanted to go over my markup and everything that I saw in order to get into that scalp. All right, so I'm going to start with a brand new chart. So I'm going to delete everything that I had, and I'm also going to delete the candles that weren't there that morning. All right, so we're gonna back test this and show you exactly what I was thinking. Okay, so let's turn on sessions so that we know where we are. All right, so we have New York session on so that we can see that today, this is when New York opened at 6 a.m. And so this is what I saw, right? So I went on the 4-hour time frame and I saw that we were going on an uptrend, right? So high, low, high until we got to this point right here, and then we started to create a low and a lower low and a lower high. We broke this structure right here, created a lower low, and now it looks like we're going for some sort of a correction, right? So I was thinking my markup was, like this. I had this high point right here, right? So right here, I'm gonna just call this resistance for the people who trade supporting resistance, but what I see it as is sellers at this level. So sellers are at this level pushing price down. Sellers are here pushing price down, right? So if we wanted to be a buyer, we're gonna have to break through these sellers up here and create a higher support and then continue higher above this level. And that's why I wasn't looking for buys yet, because buys are above this level right here. Because they're sellers, I need to be a buyer that beats out these sellers. So my bias right now is, because we're on this correction still, or on this downtrend on the 1 hour, my bias is still sells. So I'm going to be looking for some sells, especially below this level right here, because this level right here is the level that broke right here and showed us that sellers are in control. So the sellers that pushed price all the way down to here, they didn't care about these buyers. These buyers right here didn't even show up, right? So we have buyers above here, a support that did not even hold. So these sellers broke through the support, and that's what giving me my bias on the 4-hour time frame that sellers are in control. So I'm looking for sells. And that was my analysis on the 4-hour time frame. So if I wanted to get more into detail now to see where am I today on this trend, I would go now to my 1-hour time frame, because now it's New York session opened, and all of this happened before my session this morning. So all of this gave a bearish indication last night during London session, broke this 4-hour support, buyers didn't show up, sellers all the way from up here came and overpowered these buyers. So now we have an indication right here. So if I wanted to sell, I'm going to have to be below this level to sell, right? So now if I want to delete this level to not confuse me, this is what I would have marked up for my day, because I'm scalping and I want to know what's going on today. So now I can delete that 4-hour because I already know I'm looking for sells. So now I look for the sell setup on my lower time frame. So right here, we have a downtrend, right? Lower lows and lower highs on the 1-hour time frame. All of this could have been correction for that 4-hour time frame, except we broke that 4-hour support, right? So why would we break 4-hour supports if we're going to be continuing up? That doesn't make sense. So now this is an indication that price may want to be going down on that 4-hour time frame. Right here we have a higher low and then a higher high. So this break of structure right here that happened especially on that 4-hour time frame. Let's actually keep it up just for, and we'll do it a different color. Red is the 4-hour time frame, and this black is the 1-hour time frame, right? So we broke 4-hour support and we broke 1-hour support. So all of this is telling me that anything that's going to be bullish is most likely just going to be correction to create a lower high, something lower than this. So even though it may create bullish structure on the 1-hour, we're not bullish until when this level, until we're above this level, like we said before, where these sellers will now be overpowered by the buyers from this level, and we would make that indication that we want to be bullish. So until we are above this level, we cannot look for buys. So that should let us know right away that on the 1-hour, even though it's making bullish structure, it could simply be creating a lower high, lower than this, and then continue all the way back down, simply because of this 4-hour break of structure. You're on your 1-hour looking at the structure, but you only care about it because your 4-hour broke this red support, right? So your 4-hour is going to take control and tell you what the trend is. If it just broke a support, that's telling you it wants to go down. Even if the 1-hour is bullish, if the 4-hour just broke support, you want to look for sales. That's why I'm looking for sales, because 4-hour broke, 1-hour is looking like it wants to be bullish because of this higher low. So let me just mark this out. So on the 1-hour time frame, somebody would see this and think, okay, this is a 4-hour support level. If you completely ignore this and you don't look at your 4-hour for your trend, this is how you're going to get confused. Your 1-hour broke a support, but now it has a higher low. So somebody would see this and think, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high. And then they would start looking for buys. Why was I looking for sells? Because I knew that the 4-hour is where you get your trend from, and the trend just broke support on the 4-hour. So I'm looking for sells because the 4-hour broke support. That's it. That's why you have to look at your 4-hour and find your structure for your 4-hour on the 1-hour. So my 4-hour gave me a hint that it's breaking support. It wants to go down. So now on the 1-hour, even though it wants to go up, I'm still looking for sales because I know that the 4-hour time frame is stronger than the 1-hour time frame. So I'm looking at what the 4-hour wants to do and looking for that on the lower time frame. So right now, my 4-hour wants to sell, my 1-hour wants to buy. I'm not going to be looking for buys because I know that they're not aligned. So right now, my 1-hour and 4-hour are not aligned. 4 hours bearish, 1 hour is bullish. So now I'm gonna wait for my structure on my lower time frames to match being bearish because the 4-hour time frame is bearish. But not just that, I have to wait for price to be below this red level, because if it's not, it could just fake me out because I think it's going down on my 5-minute time frame, and then it just goes right back up because it didn't break below this 4-hour support where sellers said I'm in control down here, right? So I can get faked out above here if I sell. That's why I want to sell below this red level. So now I'm going to be waiting for price to change structure on the lower time frame and be below this red level. So I'm going to write that down. So to sell, price needs to build bearish structure and be below my 4-hour level, because that's where I know for sure sellers are in control. And if I want to be a seller, I want to be somewhere where sellers are going to be in control. That's it. So I know under this level, sellers are in control. I'm going to sell under there. All right, so now I go to we can see what happened right here. Perfect. We have now a break of structure because we broke this 15-minute, and we'll make this one a different color too, just because everything's piling on. But just so you can see, we can see that this high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right here, this higher low was now broken. So now this downtrend correction is now over. And now I'm going on my 5-minute time frame to see and look for an entry. So I was a little late to my entry, but I was comfortable still taking a trade because I was seeing that the lower time frame is aligning with the 4-hour time frame, plus we're underneath this 4-hour level. We're underneath this 1-hour level, we're underneath this 15-minute level. There's just so many confluences saying that we're just going lower and lower each time. This high right here and this high right here is lower than the previous high. So it's just a lot of confluences showing me that price wants to go down, and I'm comfortable with a sell, even though the best place to take a sell would have been underneath right here, this level, once it broke, and stop loss below this, and then you're targeting this low as your first target, and then you're holding because now you're just aligned with the 4-hour time frame, and you could even aim for this 4-hour low down here, right? Because if we're now on a downtrend, that means that this is the lower low, this is the lower high, and now we're on our way to make another lower low. So that's why you can target this level first right here if you're swing trading and if you're holding this trade, and then you can hold for more and see how far this trend takes you. If not, this can be your target. Get out of the trade and just watch for the rest of the indication and then repeat once it's in continuation again. So let's delete all of this because I want to show you my trade now where I entered. So I was on that 5-minute time frame. I saw this break of structure right here, and so I wanted it to correct and be below this level again so I could enter into some sells. I'm comfortable with all of the confluences that price is showing me that it wants to be bearish. That's why I'm comfortable selling, even though if you go on the 1-hour time frame, it looks like I'm selling at the bottom, which I am. I don't like selling that. I would have wanted to sell right here down to this level right here, except I'm scalping, so if I don't have a sniper entry, that's okay because I'm not going to be holding it. If I was holding it though, my entry would be from there, target this, and like we said, we'd be targeting overall that 4-hour low. But my entry came a little later, and so I saw that on the 5-minute time frame we had this break of structure right here. We have a mini indication, right? So a mini ICC, mini indication below this level, and then I want on the 1-hour time frame, and I saw, right? So we're building bearish structure, so that's indication. Anything that's going to be bullish on the 1-minute time frame, that's going to be correction for my 5-minute time frame. And then once it starts building that bearish structure and we're under this blue level again, same exact logic for our higher time frame, right? Imagine this was our 4-hour, our 1-hour. Our 4-hour just broke structure. This is our 1-hour time frame. We're waiting for that 1-hour to continue on that bearish structure and be below this blue level so that we can take comfortable taking that sell. So that's what I was waiting for. So right here, we're still in that correction. We're still building that bullish structure. And now we're finally below this level. So now all I'm waiting on is a lower high. So something that's lower than this, or I'm waiting to be below this previous low. So now that I see that this candle is below and breaking structure, I don't know why my chart does all these lines, but now that I see that on the 1 minute time frame, I'm starting to break structure again, right? So I have a break of structure. Now I have a high, a lower high, and I'm below this level. So let's make this a different level and pretend again like this is the 4-hour time frame and that we're on the 1-hour time frame, but this is the 1 minute time frame and we got our break of structure from the 5-minute time frame. It's the exact same logic. So we're below this red level. Then we're creating lower lows and lower highs. We're breaking structure right here. I feel comfortable taking a sell. I'm going to take my sell and I'm going to target a 1 to 2. So this is exactly everything that I did to get into the sell. So this right here, my previous high on the 1 minute time frame was going to be my stop loss. And so I'm going to be targeting a 1 to 2. And this is my trade. So now I go back to the 5-minute time frame. I delete this. This is my indication, my correction. We saw the correction be over on the 1 minute time frame. Now we just wait it out. Oh yeah, this is my TP right here. Oh shit, what did I do? Okay, I accidentally clicked the stop loss. Okay, so let's do again, sell right there. This was my stop loss. This was my TP. And now we go back to the 5-minute time frame. And now that we're aligned, right? So we were just looking for alignment. On the 4-hour, we were looking for sells because we broke this 4-hour support all the way up here. The 1-hour, it was going up, but right here, it broke support. This black level was that 1-hour support that it broke, and now we're below 4-hour and 1-hour support. 15-minute is showing us that it wants to go down. 5-minute is showing us that it wants to go down. Even the 1 minute is now showing us that it wants to go down. So now we get on the 5-minute time frame and watch it hit either your stop loss or your take profit. And so luckily for me, it hit my take profit. It tapped it right there and then it continued to go lower. So yes, I could have held for more, but because I was scalping and I didn't want to hold all the way for the 4-hour low because I was already in at the bottom, I was comfortable with a small scalp, even though it may hit this TP right here for anybody who got in all the way up here. I didn't feel comfortable holding just because I was buying at the bottom and my stop loss would have to be all the way somewhere around here in order for me to be comfortable with a swing trade. But I was scalping, so I did not want to hold for all that long, so I targeted a 1 to 2 and I went on about my day, right? So that is how I got that trade on NASDAQ on the 1 minute time frame using my 4-hour analysis, using a 5-minute break of structure, and then seeing that 1 minute change of structure. And I got my entry because everything was aligned with the 4-hour, and that's it. That's how I had my markup. That's how I got in my trade this morning, and that's it. And that's a beautiful job for anybody who got in right at this below, right at this continuation. Anybody who caught this continuation, that was a beautiful continuation. You had the perfect indication, correction, and continuation. That is beautiful for anybody who caught it. I hope you guys are targeting this and then holding hopefully for more. So anyway, well, I'm excited for this to correct so that I can catch the continuation down, because now this continuation is now a new indication. So I'm waiting for now my continuation for this new indication, and I know that's a mouthful, but That's what I'm waiting for. ICC just repeats itself every single time. And I'm just waiting for, oh my god, that's a beautiful trade.